Hello friends, welcome to my channel Sushant Chesswise. Today we are going to look at the topic of opening. Today we are discussing the four knights game. Let us understand what is four knights game. It starts with the move e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6. So far we have discussed the move bishop c4 for white. Now we are looking at the next move knight c3. So after the move knight c3, black plays knight f6. This is called the four knights game since four knights are developed early. So here white has not developed the bishop to c4 first. Okay. So today's discussion is about this opening with the black side. With white we are going to play the move bishop c4 instead of nc3. Let's understand what are the options for white over here. Firstly, now we see that because white has not played bc4 before, if he tries to play bc4 now, then it falls to a small trap. Black has a small tactic, knight into e4. If knight takes e4, then d5. This tactic is possible because of the pressing of this bishop on c4 and the knight on e4. Many people will say, so what? We will just take bishop into d5 and after queen d5, nothing has happened. It's an equal position. Well, even if it is an equal position, black got equality very quickly. But we can see that it's not an equal position. Black's both bishops are open. Queen is half developed. Okay, knight, pawn and knight. They are controlling the center. White center pawn is missing. And right now the knight is attacked also. Note the white bishop is still blocked. And black's both bishops are open. They will be developing faster than the white pieces. So after the move knight c3 attacking the queen here, queen can just go to a5, and after the move castle, black just develops the bishop to d6 to position to black. After d6 we can consider the move bg4 instantly or the move castle. Okay, this is a very good position for black. See, just after the opening black is absolutely fine. White has given up one of his bishops. Okay, let's go back to the position. So after the move knight e4 here, white will not play knight e4, but the white players consider this idea bishop f7 check as very good for white because firstly black's castle is broken. See, king takes f7 forced and then knight simply regains the knight. So what has happened here? It looks like black's position is in trouble because king has come on f7. Okay. And white has two knights to show for just black's one knight. But what has happened here? See the center. The black center is strong and the move is also black's. So black immediately attacks by the move d5. So against the development, black has strong center. Okay. So center control and development both are equally important. So now knight g5 check, and now suddenly the king goes to g8 and we see that the king has become safe. There are some problems regarding the rook on h8, but if we compare the white position and black position, we immediately realize that black is in command of the game because of some threats now. First threat is e4. If the knight moves, then queen takes g5. So first problem. If castle is played over here, after the move castle, there is e4 as I told you. The knight is have to move on f3 and this knight will be taken. Okay, so the other move, on a move d3 is almost forced. After d3, black does h6, forces the knight to h3, and the bishop comes to g4. Now this move is causing serious problems. First threat is knight d4. If black gets knight d4, then after knight f3 check gf3, the h3 knight will be hanging. And after the move like c3, stopping knight d4, black simply gets the queen to f6, bishop to d6 and the rook to f8. Note that the king will go to h7 and the rook will also be free. So what we see, white is already in serious trouble. As soon as white castles, black can easily go for bh3, gh3 and see bishop d6 followed by rook f8. There will be immense pressure on the f file. And we can see that the position has really turned out very badly for white. So this is not what one wants from the opening, especially with the white pieces. Okay. So in this position, actually just three moves are playable. Main is bishop b5. which is the main move here. Another move is d4, and sometimes people play the move g3, which I have seen in practice, but in reality g3 bg2 doesn't go very well with the pawn on e4, okay, because the bishop will be obstructed over there. So the main move is bb5. So there is a small threat now. Bishop into c6, it looks like there is a threat. So bishop c6, dc, knight into e5. And if knight takes e5, we cannot gain the pawn by queen d4. See, generally what happens after bishop c6, dc, knight e5, the move q d4 attacks the knight and pawn both. Okay, but what will happen here? After the move knight f3, the queen is attacked and the queen cannot take the pawn. So the queen will have to go back and the pawn is lost. Okay. So now black plays the move bishop b4. Okay, after bishop b4, black has simply, it looks like done nothing over here, but we will see in reality bishop c6, dc6, knight e5 gives nothing. There is just the move either bishop into c3 and then we can take on e4, or even the move queen e7 is decent. When the knight has to see move, then e4 is taken, knight into e4, and if d4 is played, then also knight into e4 is taken because the c3 knight is pinned. So queen e7 is a good move. Okay. White simply plays the move castle. Now he tries to renew the threat, bishop c6, dc, knight into e5. This time queen e7 cannot take the pawn on e4 because of the move rook e1 at the end. So black just plays castle. Okay, and now say bishop c6, dc, knight e5. We can just do the move bishop c3. Now bc or dc, whatever takes, then just knight e4. So because both have castled, so no tactics can happen based on the e-file which I was telling you before. So after queen d8, rook d8, it's a totally equal game. Okay, so white didn't go for this also. So white plays the move d3 now. So simply protecting the e4 pawn and preparing to develop the c1 bishop. Black plays the move d6, same way. Right now both are not bothered about bishop into knight. It can be taken, but there is no hurry right now. White now plays the move bishop g5. Now this bishop g5 move causes the first threat. Now the knight is going to d5, okay, and then after knight d5, not only we will attack f6 twice, the knight on d5 attacks b4. So bishop into c6 followed by knight b4 will be a threat. So here there are two ways to continue in this position. I will try to show you both. Whichever is suitable, we can go for that. Both are very similar. Okay. In the game, black played the move knight e7 immediately. At first, the move knight e7 looks very risky because bishop into f6, g into f6 looks like it opens the king's position. But here, the knight on e7 will go to g6. It will close the g file, and this knight will get a splendid square on f4. Do wonders on f4 because if g3 is played, then this h3, g2 and f3, all these squares will become weak. Okay, let's see some analysis here. After the move knight h4, trying to bring the queen to h5, black has knight g6, good move. Now if knight takes g6, hg6, king will come to g7 and rook will join from the h5. So white can play queen h5 here, and after queen h5, good move, king h8, and if white tries to play nf5, then after rook g8, maybe it's even black is better because of the threat of knight f4, immediately attacking the queen and putting pressure on the g2 pawn. And if the queen moves away, we can consider the bishop f5, ef5, and then knight to f4, which will also give good position to black. So generally speaking, I like this line for black. Okay, so I prefer the move knight e7. But those who don't want the move knight d5 here, for them I will give one more suggestion. Let's see. So the similar position can be reached by the move first taking bishop into c3, then bc3, and now we should do the move knight e7. This is also very logical. What black says, see, I will take away my knight from c6, so this white bishop will do nothing on the queen side. It's not attacking anywhere. I have given my own bishop for the knight, which would have also done nothing over there. So first he trades the bishop for the knight, then takes his knight away, and this knight now prepares to go to g6. Okay, and if white is not taking bf6, let's say he plays some move like re1 over here, then black will go knight g6. This is a way to remove the pin by the bishop. You control the square h4 with the knight, and then after say any move like queen d2 or d4, we can attack with h6. So because of h6, what will happen? Now bh4 will not do because knight takes h4, pin will be gone. And if bishop moves to e3 or f6, it takes bf6, queen f6. This position is fantastic for black. The knight will go to f4, and soon the bishop will try to come to h3, creating attack on the g2 square. So this is another option which is very good. So I wanted to show you one game which happened from that position. Let's see. So in the game, black played the move knight e7, where white started with the first strong move here. He played the move a3. a3 wastes the move, and what black wanted he got anyways. Bishop takes on c3, bc3, and now the knight goes to g6. The plan which we discussed just now. Soon what we will do? We will attack the bishop by h6, and then when the bishop drops back, we will try to either f4 square. Just what we discussed now. So here white should have tried to play either d4 or rook e1. Even the move queen d2 is decent. White played the move queen e2, trying to connect the rooks. So maybe one rook will come to e1, other will come to d1. Black played f6. Now bishop f6 allows queen into f6, something which I discussed just now. After which there is a very strong attacking idea. After the move d4, knight comes to f4, queen d2, and here the move bh3 very strong, because after g takes h3, queen g6 check and mate on g2. Okay, so after h6, white played the move bishop to e3, trying to keep control on the f4 square. Black plays the good move knight h5. Move knight is going to jump to the f4 square. Now if white tries to use this tactic on the diagonal by the move knight e5, trying to win the h5 knight, then there is an intermezzo. The h5 knight first attacks the queen. Okay, intermezzo is an in-between move, means instead of making a normal capture, black has first played some other move. So now after bishop takes knight, knight takes bishop, the pawn comes to e5, captures the knight, and black is a piece up. Okay, so knight into e5 was not possible. White played the move d4 here, trying to attack the center. Black goes with the plan knight f4, bishop f4, knight into f4. Now the knight is well placed on f4. Queen moves to d2, and now black goes for another strong move, queen f6. The queen comes to the king side. Immediately it is putting pressure on the g2 pawn. First threat we can say is bh3, when after gh3 qg6 mates. So white plays the move king h1, getting away from the bh3 idea. Okay, but now black understood that the king position is somewhat loose. Already there are two attackers near the king, and the c8 bishop is also eyeing. So three attackers near the king, and the defender is only the knight nearby. So black finds a tactical move here, knight into g2, king into g2, and the strong move bishop h3 check, which immediately wins for black. Now if king takes the bishop, then queen into knight check, king h4, and pawn to g5. The only way to stop g5 mate is queen into g5, after which h into g5, and black is winning. So after the move bh3 check, if the king moves to g1, we can just take queen f3, idea queen g2 mate. After king h1, queen f3 is checked, and then next move qg2 mate. White played the king to g3, and here after the move queen e6, very strong move. There was other move also which was possible, but queen e6 is very strong. After queen e6, it's game over. The g4 square was weak, so the threat is knight into queen g4 checkmate. So the only move knight into e5, de5, and after f3 or f4, bishop into f1, and black will be an exchange up and have a very good position. The white king is weak. So this is all about the line. I wanted to show you. This is a very good option against the 4 knights game. So I hope you are enjoying these lessons. Do like, share and subscribe the channel. Thanks for your time.